Hey, good afternoon my friends, it's Krebs here and welcome to another episode of World Attacks. Haven't gotten around to this in a wee while, but lo and behold, Krebsy is here. The reason I haven't actually been doing some videos for World Attacks, well, to be honest with you guys, I just keep on putting it off and off and off. I don't know what it is, I just keep on playing other games, making videos for other games. And to be honest with you, I think War Thunder has actually been taking up a lot of my time, so if you're one of these World of Tanks lovers, I'm sorry if I just spoke the cursed word, the word that should never be mentioned, but War Thunder, that name. Yes, I've been playing quite a lot of that, and I don't know, just keep on putting back World of Tanks back and back. I haven't really been playing it that much, but getting back into it a little bit recently, just to try and make some more videos for you guys. The video that we'll be taking a look at today, and the tank that we'll be taking a look at, is the SU-122-44 over here. As you can see, it's a Tier 7 Premium. So as in typical fashion, we'll be taking a look at its features, defining features, and also a wee game that I will show you in this actual tank. The footage I'm going to be showing you guys is actually pre-recorded footage, so I got a few games in this tank, and I got one that was a little bit hilarious actually. You guys will have to go check it out to see what it's like. But anyway, so this is the SU-122-44. I like to think of this almost like a Cyclops tank. Just look at how the cannon on the front of the tank actually almost looks like an eye in a way. That's just from first initial impressions anyway, so not that it really matters. What you guys will actually want to find out is the actual statistics of it. So let's go ahead and name off some of those things. We'll start off on the right hand side. You can see that it has 840 points, Tier 7 Premium. It does not have good perfect matchmaking, as in lowered special matchmaking. It can be put up to Tier 9s. Its weight is about 35 tons, which is relatively average for a Tier 7. Actually quite lighter than some other ones. 500 horsepower, 47.5 kilometers per hour speed limit, making it quite an agile tank. 42 degrees per second traverse. Again, more agility, good maneuverability in this tank. What you'll find is that although it looks a little bit beefy, it's actually relatively speedy to get around from location to location, adjust your position if needs be, whilst you're doing your tank destroyer rolls. 90 millimeters of armor on the front, 75 on the sides, and 45 on the rear, making it pretty much penetrable from every single side, especially, well, even Tier 5s can penetrate this thing. They shouldn't have much of a problem. 90 millimeters on the front is really not that much. I suppose one benefit is, though, that has the quite steep angle, as you can see right there. Look at that steep angle on the front slope. But still, despite this, it doesn't really seem to make that much of a difference. What you notice when you're actually in this tank, even in lower tier matches, Tier 5, 6, 7, you'll still get penetrated quite easily, and let alone if you go into a Tier 8 or 9 match. However, it makes up with its gun. It has a 7.5 rounds per minute rate of fire, making it quite a speedy tank to actually unload shells into the enemy. Not only that, its turret also has 175 millimeters of penetration with standard armor-piercing shells, even more with the golden premium ammo. And at average damage, 390 all around, apart from the HE shells. That's a lot of damage and pretty decent penetration for Tier 7. You can even take up to Tier 9s in this tank, especially if you hit them in the sides. Accuracy is a little bit crap, 0.41 accuracy at 100 meters. The lower the number, the better. So it's not the best of accuracies out there, but still decent enough. 2.9 aiming time is a little bit high. Go take a look at the rest of it. As you guys can see, nothing really much else to say. 15% chance of being set on fire. The view range is a little bit, well, quite abysmal to be honest. 330 meters. And that's why I've sort of just accompanied this with a few different additions on it. So for example, I've got the rammer. If the rate of fire wasn't good enough, hell, I'm adding a rammer onto that to even add more speed to it. I've added on binoculars. Not that, you know, the view range is quite bad already, but you want to boost it up as much as you can. And I've also added a camouflage net because it's quite low profile, quite low silhouette, making it have some better camouflage values. As you guys can see, let's go on to some weak points. As you guys can see, I've already got my weak point skin on at the moment. I don't use the weak point skin during actual games before you guys jump onto the gun. But I wanted to demonstrate where the weak points are on this actual tank. As you can see, there are ammo racks on the side, these pink boxes. You've got the fuel tanks over on the side and towards the back, and you've also got the engine snuggled in right between those fuel tanks. Nice and convenient to have your engine right between your fuel tanks. That's just a fire asking to wait to happen. Same with your fuel tanks right beside your ammo rack. A fire asking to happen. So, yeah, that is the tank pretty much for it. Really, you don't have to worry about the weak spots so much on this tank. There's no point of pointing out, oh, you should shoot for the cupola on this thing, blah, blah, blah. You can pretty much penetrate it from every single angle. So on that front, what you should be doing with it is not going on in head-on engagements. Yes, you can do a lot of damage, but you should try to limit whenever you're giving your opponent the opportunity to shoot you, because chances are they will actually manage to damage you. And at 840 hit points, you can be dead within about 3 shots in a tier 7 match. Even quicker, maybe even 2 shots in tier 8 and 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some brick zones. I was going to go into a game, but just quickly so you guys can see. That's one thing I forgot. There's also some armor values on this, but again, you can be penetrated from any side. Let's go ahead on into a game. Okay, we got a game on Ensk. So in the SU-122-44, this tank is really just a bunch of extremes. Fast and agile, powerful gun, weak defense. I don't know, some people have been saying it should be nerfed, but I don't think they quite realize how easy this thing is to be actually killed. If anything, what you have to try and do with it is use it as a mobile tank destroyer. Krebs, how does that make sense? Old tanks are mobile. Yeah, I get it. Old tanks are mobile, obviously. But you have to be moving from place to place. If you see on the tactical map in the bottom right, if you see that one side is being outflanked, if you see one side is falling, you need to move around. It's not like it's a British tank destroyer, for example, ones that move so slowly. This thing has fast speed, so you should be using that advantage, getting from place to place, not trying to bro up exactly in the face of enemies, but move from place to place. That's essentially what you're trying to say. If anything, actually, the SU-122-44, easy way to remember if you actually see one of these tanks. What kind of gun does it have? Well, it says in the name, the SU is the actual creator. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the Russian gentleman who actually came up with the tank design. But 122 stands for the 122mm cannon on it. And the 44 stands for the T-44 chassis, of which it's based on top of. So if you ever see one of these things, just know that it has a 122mm cannon. It even says it in the name. Proud and stuff. Proud to even pronounce it. But a lot of times these tanks in real wars, what they were actually done was they would stay back about 400 to 600 meters, possibly even closer than that, from the attacking tanks. They like to stay in the back. That was the most successful position for them. But anyway, KV-1S over here, not exactly sure what he's doing, but you can see I'm just toying around with him. It's just not even, the point is you don't even have to always get a hit on a tank. Although he might be sitting right in front of you, sometimes it's better just to let your team get the shots off. Fair enough, you know, you're not getting all the XP that you might want to if you're doing the shots, but sometimes if you want to be a bit of a team player, that's all you gotta do. Just, you can see what's happening here. I'm just playing games with this guy. If I destroyed that wall in front of me, he's gonna shoot me with his derp cannon. It's not like I'm being shot by a pea shooter. I'm being shot by a derp cannon. That's why I'm waiting for him either to try to crush the wall first, or he blow up the wall. And there you go, perfect opportunity. I didn't even care. To be honest, I didn't even know that the KV-1S was going to be turning around to try to hit that my teammate there. Instead, I was just opting, well, he's got hardly any health left. And he has been seeing that I'm not keen on going through the wall. Well, I'm just going to risk it for a biscuit. I'm just going to crush that wall and just shoot a shell as fast as I possibly can in his path. So anyway, he's finished off. That's a KV-1S gone. A big priority target on this match because it's up to tier 7s. You might be asking me, Krebs, where are you going? Well, I'm going along the right-hand side. Look at the freaking tactical map, guys. The right-hand side is falling apart. You can see that the end, my team is crumbling down there. and a whole bunch of tanks are pushing out on them. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think it's time to get up there and start helping them. Maybe swing around the backside and see what I can do. But you might also be asking me, Krebs, you know, there's probably an artillery right in that top corner. Why are you not going for him? Well, to be honest with you guys, I don't really have a good excuse for it. During this actual gameplay, I was getting phone called, and you know what happens. You get a bit distracted, but you know, killing the artillery would be a good thing. But to be honest, it actually wasn't a big impact in this match, because you'll notice that a lot of times this artillery, and a bit of a spoiler, but this artillery actually misses me. Alright, so we got a Jagdpanzer right here. Ta-da! Blowing up. One single shot. That's the power of the 122mm right there. Right through the side of that Jagdpanzer, and that's the artillery on their team just missing me completely. So I suppose in the end, at least the artillery is not managing to be successful at taking me out. I mean, you know, 122mm against an artillery piece could easily have taken him out in one shot. Stug right there, another one shot. Powerful cannon. Then again, you gotta expect it. It's tier 5, tier 6 tank destroyers that I'm up against and killing. You know, they're not gonna be that hard to actually knock out. They don't have that much HP to be working with anyway, and using a powerful cannon like this, no problem. And there we go, another kill racked up. 4 kills, and now I'm the only one on my team. It's not looking good. IS right there, artillery just missing me. I'm thinking, oh jeez, last thing I want to do is get hit by a IS, because just like the KV-1S derp cannon, near enough the same, except the IS can actually shoot faster. That's, yeah, bad move. Try to get yourself repaired, but it's too late. It's too late. You guys saw in the initial features and display of the game, of this tank, those weak spots are in the back. Okay, those weak spots, the fuel tank, the engine, the ammo rack, they're in the back. So exposing your back like that, just on the cross, well, you're probably going to get killed. That's what happened to me. Getting my engine damaged and also being set on fire. Not good, Krebs. But yeah, that's it. So anyway, guys, that is a bit of a silly game. I like toying around with the KV-1S there. I think he was a bit afraid. But anyway, guys, until next time, this is Krebs, and I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.